Vlog takeover! Hi! Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a collaboration with Tristan today. We're going to play some cards and drink some tea, and it will be out on Jupiter like next Sunday, so stay tuned and don't forget to follow and click the like button. And yeah, see you next week. Bye.
I've literally done nothing of any value today. I think it's been like a week since Game of Thrones released their last episode, and yesterday I felt the urge to actually watch some Game of Thrones, which I haven't done in quite a while. So I've done that. That's what I've done, and then I've been taking a walk. That's everything I've done today. But now I'm gonna do some coffee and write down my ideas for this video, and then I'm actually gonna have a photo shoot with Elma, my girlfriend, later on today. So it's gonna be a good day anyhow. But it's 3 o'clock and I've done nothing. So this might not be the most interesting video for some of you, but I just needed something to do, and this is something that I'm quite passionate about. Here we go. Today I'm gonna talk about a few things I wish I knew before I started my photography business. And obviously I own a photography business then. And here are just a few tips for you that might want to start a business of any kind, because I think that these tips or things that I wish I knew actually apply on more than just photography. So you might be helped whatever you try to do. Okay, here goes. First of all, if I had to do it all over again now, starting my business, we will come to that later on, but I would probably wait a bit longer. But the most important thing when you're starting a business is that you need to have a really clear vision of what you want to do, something that you think that you will want to do for a while, because you will have to work a lot for this. So it needs to be something that you don't get bored of or something. And in my case, I would have needed a year ago, when I started my business almost a year ago, I would have needed a clearer vision of where I wanted to go within photography. I knew that I wanted to do photography, and I thought that was enough, but if I had to do it now again, I would have thought more about what kind of photography I wanted to do and how I would get there. Number 2, and this is the most important thing actually to have before you start your business, in my opinion. Because when I left my, maybe not that good, but still, my safe work where I went every day and got money, when I left that work, I left with 200 euros or around $200 to my name, after like all my rent and everything else was paid. So the next thing is really important. I can't emphasize that enough, that you need money. So you need to put up buffer with a few months worth of money, so you can focus completely on just running your business for a while not having to make money from day one. And I seriously can't emphasize this enough. You need a buffer. I didn't have a buffer, and I've worked almost a year now to build up a buffer, and probably I will have a pretty good buffer at the end of the summer now. So yeah, that is really, really, really important. Okay, number 3, and that is actually the question of, do you need a business right now? Like, is it that important you can't do your job if you don't have like the proper business of it? Or could you actually maybe start the business a few months down and use this few months for getting better and learning stuff that you will probably need to do, and treat it like a business right now, but actually start the business a few months down? Because running a business, even when you're not running it, even when you're not working with it, actually costs money. And it's not that much money, but it's money that you need to have in your business every month to just pay off the things you need to pay. So if you could actually shoot them a few months in the future, that would probably be good for you, and you could start saving money into your business from now, but start the business a few months down. Okay, number 4 is, how do you plan on living on this business? Do you like me have another job where you go to actually spice up your paycheck a bit every month? Do you want to have that? Do you not want to have it? I want to have it, that's why I have it. Or yeah, I probably need it to survive, but I have it because it's a few days a month where I can just put the business behind me and focus on something else, which is super healthy for me. To just go somewhere and do something that is not even closely related to what I want to do for the rest of my life. So the thing is, do you plan on living on it from day one, or do you plan on having a job on the side, or how do you plan? You need to have that. You need to know how you want to play it out. And that brings me on to the next one, that you need to structure your life up a lot. Because first of all, you need to, in the beginning of your business, you need to be able to do your job pretty much whenever. When you have clients, you need to do your job. And that can be a Monday night, that could be a Saturday night, that could be a Wednesday morning, it could be whenever. So you need to know on the go when you can't work and when you can work, to plan your meetings and stuff. But also starting to make your bed in the morning, to have it nicer looking at home if you're working from home, to actually do a simple task every morning to get you worked up for going to work and stuff. It's a whole science there. But yeah, you need to structure things up so you can actually you actually don't need to put that much time on the things that you don't need to put so much time on. I think it makes sense there. The 6th thing is actually that, even as I said before, if you start your business a few months down, it's a really good idea to actually look into how you run a business, what you need to do, what you need to have, and stuff. Because of course, still almost a year down, I get hit by questions all the time, but what I can do and what I'm not able to do and stuff. But to actually have a bit, to actually be able to know a bit what I can and can't do within the business is super healthy from the start, because you need to have a lot of stuff in the business, and just so you don't get hit by something you aren't prepared for, by doing something that you're not allowed to do. So actually from day one, just YouTube is amazing for that. You can just search how to run a business on YouTube and you get 500 videos on how to run a business of any kind, and that is super good. And the last thing, which is also super important, is not something you need to learn, it's something you need to realize, that I didn't realize from the start, and that is that you need to realize that you will probably have to live on ramen noodles for probably a year or something. And by that I mean that I thought I would go into the business and business would bloom from day one. I didn't have any money. I just started working from the bat, and a few months down I realized that money doesn't just come, and when it does I need to put it on other stuff. So especially when you're like young and just starting a business and stuff, you need to know that money will be hard for a while, and you'll probably, as long as you own a business, you will always be looking for ways to make money, because that is the harsh truth of being self-employed, that money is never secure. You need to work for it every day, all day. But still, I wouldn't trade it for anything, because it's the most amazing thing in the world to work for yourself with what you want to do. So I guess the most important thing is know what you want to do and know what you have to do to get there, even the boring parts, because it's amazing, but it's amazingly boring sometimes too. So yeah, that was a few things that you need to know, in my opinion, before you start a business, because it's a hard world and everyone wants to do this. So you gotta need to work for it.